Today we'll be talking about The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It was written by Mark Haddon, and overall I found it to be a really good book. I found that the portrayal of uh, Christopher was really sympathetic, and like it's not often that we get a good portrayal of autism in the media. And in this case, I found that he was not just it wasn't viewed as necessarily the thing holding him back or anything. And while it did present problems, he got around most of them and continued through the novel mostly through his own work. Now I could also just root for him. He definitely was a likable character who, like, you definitely really feel for him. And the novel also has some interesting ways of going out to characterize uh, Christopher or to build drama. Frequent use of tangents in the novel, and like one of these, the Monty Hall problem. It was the first time I heard of the problem, but it really gives you a sense of how logical Christopher is, and not just to a sense of common mathematics. Where if you were to give the Monty Hall problem to any normal person, they would just kind of, there's some pretty obvious conclusions you could make about it, but most of those would be wrong, as it really is logic in the literal sense, in the mathematical sense, not the sort of sense most people would use, where you really can't just look at it and figure it out. You have to sort of chart it or something. And that really gave me a sense of Christopher's character. There's also use of prime numbers in the novel, where I found that's how all the chapters are numbered in prime numbers. And I found that really gave to a sense that not only was Christopher just thinking in prime numbers, but it felt like there were missing chapters in a way that there was a lot going on behind the scenes, especially with his parents and the neighbors. So it really did add a sense of a bigger picture overall. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but it really worked for me. The novel mentions that Christopher doesn't like other novels. He doesn't like to read, with the main exception being Sherlock Holmes novels, his favorite being The Hound of the Baskervilles. In general, the reason he doesn't like novels is that he figures they're pretty much long lies, but mystery novels are more like puzzles, and it adds a sense of depth to his character where there are exceptions to everything, and he definitely feels more human as a result. Where nobody's completely bored, everybody likes something. So it's nice to see that he does in fact have some sort of fun. There's also a narrative focus, as mentioned, where a lot of the plot takes place away from Christopher. And even when you're with Christopher, there tends to be a sense of alienation. I think the novel did that really well, where you could definitely feel his alienation throughout the novel, especially from his father. One of the only complaints I have is that sometimes it does feel like a novel about autism more than a novel that includes autistic characters. But I really don't think that's a big problem in this case, where a lot of novels do really seem gimmicky in that their entire premise is that they have an autistic main character. The actual story really is a good story that isn't entirely dependent on his autism. Haddon also says that he tried to avoid this and wrote it as a novel more about differences, and the novel never actually states anything about autism, Asperger's, or savant specifically. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good way to deal with it. In the end, it really is more about how everyone's different, where autism isn't any other big difference, even if it's not perfect in that regard. So overall, yeah, I'd say it's a good novel. Its flaws are easily forgivable, and I'd definitely say it's good to have a more sympathetic portrayal of autism, especially good ones. There seems to be a shortage of those. But yeah, I definitely recommend it, especially if you or someone you know has autism, but also just if you want to read a good book. Alright, thanks for watching.